put your random, unexplained IPD Ravatails up here that I just really don't understand how they're here in the first place. Just put them up here and give me that battle. Fine. I'll do it.
I'll protect her with all my
So I have no idea why these Ravatails are here. Like, it just simply makes no sense. Considering no one's supposed to be here, except us and the goddess.
Take this.
But yeah, sure, fine. That's another complaint I can give it. The IPDs don't make any sense as to why they're here.
Get lost. Get lost. I'll eliminate you. Goodbye.
Beautiful.
Get lost.
Leave it to me.
I guess as far as a story level goes, they couldn't, for the most part, it doesn't hurt the game too much, but the lack of voice acting, actually hurt the story just a little bit. I don't know why someone said this, but they actually kind of spoiled this for me, though it's not a story spoiler. They still kind of had to go out and say that the final cutscene, actually isn't voice acted. And while I'll agree, that's probably the one place in the story where voice acting would probably be, you know, like, why didn't you go out of the way to put voice acting there? Of all things to do, why not put voice acting there? And actually, the real truth behind it all is actually that they did run out of space on the disc. I think someone, I don't remember. I'm sorry, but you actually said that they didn't put. Oh my god, really? I pressed X and square on that last one. For some reason it didn't recognize that I pressed it. But, they said that, they didn't put it on because of either shoddy work or they didn't have enough money or whatever. But they didn't... The actual truth is that, really, they didn't have enough room to put it on the disc. If they had separated the game into two discs, yeah, it'd work fine. They didn't really compress the game well, I guess, is what happened. But I guess also because they used Dolby sound quality, it raised the file size for the audio. This is going to be this is going to be a completely optional room that I didn't even have to come into, but it's just going to have nice swag. Caramel bodysuit. I've already got that! Check it again. Yeah, I've got 8 of those now. Okay. Yeah, I'll admit sometimes it's just like, yeah, you need to... If you don't have enough voice acting during a certain scene where you need that emotional impact, then yeah, they didn't put a whole lot of voice acting in the main story. They put a lot of voice acting in the Cosmosphere, which I like. I don't think there wasn't any voice acting in the last scene of Cloches Level 9, but I may just be having a really bad memory lapse and just completely forgetting about it. But I don't remember there being voice acting in the very last scene of her Cosmosphere. Also, what I would have liked as far as story goes, well, not story really, but it's just another complaint that I have. I would have liked it better if, if they had given you a little bit more, for lack of a better term, closure once you complete a Cosmosphere, because yeah, they let you address that she has her final costume in her Cosmosphere, which they did. We just saw the scene last update. But they didn't really expand on it. It's just like, oh hey, I got my final costume. Neat, you completed my Cosmosphere. I love you. Neat.
Careful, they're coming.
They didn't even say I love you out in the real world.
This is nothing.
Oh my god, why are you doing this, game? Why are you lagging? And I know it's lagging. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I definitely can, and I can definitely see that it's actually affecting how I'm playing the game. But yeah, they didn't really give you a whole lot of closure with their Cosmosphere. It's just like, oh hey, you completed it, and they give you the same old. They give you the same old Cosmosphere level complete screen, and then that's it. You don't really talk about it with Cless. You don't have this long discussion about it with her. You just kind of complete it. Yeah. So that's a thing. Let's see. Let's see now. Phase 2, I would have liked to see more of. I kind of wish that the other phases were as long as Phase 1. Or at least Phase 1 was shorter. Wait a second. I didn't go to that far right one. Great. I wish the Phase 1 may have been a little bit shorter, and then the other phases were just as long as Phase 1, because there were some pretty cool gimmicks with some of the other phases. And I would have liked to see more of those phases, but they didn't really. They just kind of like spent most of their time on Phase 1, which did set up the entire game, but, you know, I wanted to see more of the other phases, personally. Let's see. I think that's really all my complaints about the story. The story was, I guess I could say overall. Where am I? I guess I could say overall. Overall, the story was good. I'll definitely remember it. I got really attached to most of the characters in the game, and I'm glad that they did that. Like, I'm glad they got you attached to the other characters. I like it when I actually care about the characters in a story, and I do care about all these characters. I mean, like, I'm not so mean that... Okay, I complain about Cless, but I'm not so mean that I'd want to see her die. I mean, come on. She doesn't deserve to die.
They're coming.
So yeah, I would have been sad if I was really panicking when Coconut was really sick. I did not want to see Cless stay dead for sure. Oh!
This'll finish it.
And I like that you kind of have your choice to shape Croix a little bit. And yes, I still say Croix. I'm always going to say Croix. So yeah. I like that you can add sort of your choice into Croix, but he still kind of has his own personality. He's not so... what was this? Heck yeah. Okay, so we gotta find the other one. Where am I? So I probably have to go left now. Probably on the exact other side of the entire map. But yeah, I pretty much love all these characters. Just on that range of love, Jockey is at the bottom. Well, not the bottom. I think there are other characters. I think there are characters in this game that I just don't like. Mostly the enemies, but the enemies you're not really supposed to love unless they become awesome. And Ulfman became awesome, so I like him now. Lod, I still don't know about. I'm not sure if I like him. I know I love every single person in our party. Let's see. I guess I can just straight up talk about each character individually, since I'm pretty much at that point. Let's start with Croix, since he's our main character. Croix easily, simply because he uses a spear, instead of like a sword or a generic weapon like that. He uses like a one-handed spear. Well, as opposed to a two-handed? Well, actually, yes, you can have a two-handed spear. Actually, it's kind of more like a, jousting javelin. But regardless, I like that he's unusual like that, and that he uses a spear. I like that he's not voiced by Johnny Young Bosch, even though that I'm voicing him like Johnny Young Bosch. I think he's actually voiced by the guy who voices Uryu in Bleach. So I like that he's not voiced by a major character or major voice actor. I like that he. Oh wait. Oh. Set to the center. So I gotta go to the other side. And I like that he's a knight. I really like the protective knight character for some reason. I don't know exactly why, but I actually really like. I think it's admirable. But I like that he's determined. He's a determined guy, and he's freaking awesome that way. Plus, his catchphrase is freaking penetrate. So, yeah, that's an awesome thing.
You little wuss. It's all right.
Let's see. Let's move on. Who's the second character we met? Coconut.
It's coming.
Coconut. Now, I don't really get to have her in battle, so I don't know exactly what she's like in battle. But as a character, Coconut's like, yeah, she's Croix's little sister, and in turn, if you become Croix and put your choices into him, Coconut kind of becomes your little sister, and it's kind of like the same kind of relationship or feeling that I have for Nanako in Persona 4. It's like she's just this, she's your little sister or cousin, whatever you want to say, and she's adorable. I think it's funny that they actually make her fight. I find it weird that she's an IPD and she's not a Ravatail. That is, unless she's going to become a Ravatail when she grows up. I don't remember if they explained that or not. Considering she said she wanted to learn how to sing. So, yeah. So Coconut's pretty awesome, especially since she had some pretty damn good lines. And the third person we met, I believe it was Leglius. I think we met Leglius before Cloche. So Leglius is freaking awesome too. Leglius is like my bro of this, the bro of this game. He's with you he's with you. I want to say 90% of the game. I don't think there's ever a point where he actually leaves the party for longer than an hour. Like, man, Leglius, I like that he's so about justice and duty and valor and honor. And he had a daughter and a wife, and he was married. So he's like Guile, except not American. But that's fine, because he's Leglius. Now, if the last area was the exact same as the other side, then the control panel should be over here. But yeah, Leglius is freaking awesome. He's easily one of my favorite characters in this game. Just cause they gave him a lot of backstory. They didn't really need to. He was cool on his own. And then they're like, nope, we're gonna make you care about Leglius even more, and that was pretty cool. Cloche, you guys know what I feel about Cloche. Tsundere. It's like you guys are apparently like. Okay, let's execute it. Yeah. You guys have joked about it in the videos or in the comments, I think. You guys have joked about it in the comments when I first talked about Cloche being tsundere and my thing with that, and how Creed's thing is lollies, I guess. My thing is tsundere, and yeah, I kinda like Cloche. Meh. But what really just made it awesome, I wouldn't have liked Cloche as much, though, if not for the simple fact, I would not, like, absolutely adore Cloche as much as I do now, if she was not voiced by Kate Higgins. Like, you guys have no idea, I love Kate Higgins. She's... I don't care if she's married, I want her to marry me. Not quite, really, because now Aaron's gonna beat me up, but... yeah, that's like... I don't know, I love Kate Higgins because she's probably one of my more favorite voice actresses. Probably my favorite voice actress. Because of the roles she's played, and I think she's actually a really good voice actress. Those of you that don't know, I could probably give you off a quick list. She voiced Sakura Haruno in the Naruto series, both in Naruto and Shippuden. She voiced C2 in Code Geass. She voiced like two main characters in Bleach. Captain of Squad 8 or 9, I want to say. The healing squad, the medical squad. And she voiced... oh, God. Who else? It's this laundry list of characters that she's voiced.
I'll save you with my songs. Here.
I don't think she was in Gurren Lagann. Oh, no, wait, she was. I think she was, actually.
Here.
Wait, was she?
It's coming. It's coming.
Oh, wait, no, maybe not. I'm thinking of the person who voiced Colin, because that was the only other person that I noticed from Gurren Lagann besides Johnny Onibash and Yuri Lowenthal. But I don't know. I love Kate Higgins. I think she's awesome. And if she ever sees this, then I apologize for the marrying comment, and I hope you're happy. Because I love you. A lot. Anyway. let's see. And then after, well, Close, like everybody was like, people have problems with tsundere characters, especially Close, because in her mind you actually had to choose the wrong option, and that was, remember, if you guys remember, I was really sure about the answer. In the first level of her Cosmosphere was, I chose everyone as a threat, or not. Yeah, what is it? Oh, she was like, she's afraid to let people in. Not that everyone is a threat, just that she's afraid. And that was the wrong choice. In response to that, to defend that, I'd have to say it was only the first level of her Cosmosphere. We weren't really seeing who she really is. We were just kind of seeing the way that she presents herself publicly. So, yeah, it wasn't really deep enough in the Cosmosphere to choose that kind of an answer. On the flip side, I don't want to fight him.
I'll save you with my songs.
A lot of people, like I said, have problems with... Oh, jeez. They do a lot of damage.
What? It's coming. I know.
It's time to crush them.
Oh well. Ugh. Let's see. Yeah, Close is probably, again, one of my more favorite characters in the game because there's more to her than, you know, being tsundere. She actually has a lot of worries. She's very pressured. She actually worries about everybody else besides her. She actually doesn't really like herself all that much. You know, she's actually fairly selfless, and I like that. Now, after Close, we met Luca, and Luca I don't like as much as Close, but don't get me wrong, I do like Luca. Luca is probably... Luca's probably the standard anime girl, for lack of a better term. She's the anime character that... Pretty much that she's the anime female that every anime game has. And yeah, while Close, there are some games that don't have tsundere. They don't have tsundere characters that are like Close in the sense that they're actually very deep characters. They're just kind of like, oh, they're tsundere, they're there for a gimmick, and that's it. Can I open this now? Oh, yes, I can. But Luca's like one of those standard cutesy, normal anatomy girls, I guess you could say. But yeah. And then, yeah, I like Luca. She's an alright character. And I think this is loading something important.